Okay, we are making discoveries and learning things. So that thing you see sticking out the top of that whatever valve thing there, or where the hose is going, that's part of the electric solenoid. So Genius here cut the solenoid straight off because it was stuck closed. I'm like, oh yeah, then the oil will flow straight through. Well, oil takes path of least resistance, so that means it bypasses the motor 100%. So, I went over to the other drill fill, the Heenan that we purchased last year, stole the valve off it. It works, however, it spins backwards. So, that entire aluminum thing needs to be turned 180 degrees. And then it should spin the right way. But I'm happy I got it to spin. So, let's enjoy the next half an hour while I put that all the other way around and have a good cuss session. Yay, I'm excited. But, whatever, we're discovering things. All right, so it is about 12:30 or so now. I just got back from town, went to co-op. Bought this piece of hose here because I need a downspout for my red auger because the wind keeps buggering off with the grain. So I'm gonna, well, it's actually a piece of weeping tile. So it's got holes in it, but that's okay. That's just for the dust to go out. It won't work for canola though, but that's okay because I'm not a canola farmer. I got the auger to spin, and at first it was spinning backwards. So I had to take that aluminum valve block off and turn it 180 degrees, and now the auger spins the proper direction. It spins at a nice slow speed, and yeah, with that flow control, I'll be able to put variable flow from the ground in a safe spot, and then I'm not like constantly running back to the tractor and standing right next to the PTO shaft that's running around at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and I can, you know, it should actually work good. We are ready for the maiden voyage. Perfect. Broke a chain. Yep. Screwed that right over. So that's about a 40 chain, I think. Shoot. It's frozen. That's what's going wrong there. So you know what we gotta do next is we gotta go get a pipe wrench and spin that over by hand. Nice. Okay, so I found a roll of 40 roller chain. Yeah, we have probably ended up buying a whole new roll for this thing. But that auger is plumb full of ice. So I need to go to the house. Oh my goodness, is he annoying? I need to go to the house and get some heaters and set up that tarp around said heaters and warm it up. And I drilled a drain hole now, so next time water gets in there, it will drain out. What a nice concept. But when you get rain in the winter time and it freezes, these things happen, and that's what happens when you park things like that outside. And on today's edition of strange ranch tasks that I do, the old mix mill here, this bottom auger froze solid with ice because pointed downhill. Water ran in, froze it up. So under there, we'll have to wait a couple hours, but the heater's going, and now the auger has a drain hole. Yay. Other than that, we're ready until it froze. Don't touch it, otherwise it'll fall over. I've got the chain together, so about the only thing left to break is, I don't even know, probably the yellow auger. Get the yellow auger going now, and then once everything's going, we'll increase speed maybe. Okay, we're on there. So choke. Fuel. Still too fast. Okay, so What a time to be alive, eh? Let me just go get a block of wood. Dang it. Number 3, top. Number 3, bottom. Number 2, top. Okie dokie, just give you an update now. So I am drilling holes for the quad post rack thing. Milwaukee drill bits were probably the best thing we have ever purchased. We used to dread drilling holes around here, and with this, these cut tremendously. Yeah, they're pretty awesome. So Dad was able to get that switched over. It appears I was not pushing it in far enough in order to get the thing to do its job. We got the hydraulic line pulled off of the tractor. Goes from down there to up here. The steel lines aren't really available anymore, so we'll just get a rubber hose made, and yeah, they're cheaper, and you don't have to wait like, you know, multiple days for a thing to come from Timbuktu. Rubber hose Dad can make when he's at work tomorrow, so then we can get that put back together, and then tomorrow I'll finish grinding grain. I'll just use this tractor, and then I can get everything moved out of the yard, because well, I set it up yesterday, and yeah, it's kind of an annoyance, you know, bringing trucks and tractors in and out, and you gotta snake your way through all these things. Yeah. Got the El Toro twine cutter in action here, since I've been feeding with the processor last couple days. Put a few straw bales through it on the weekend as well. Time to cut it off.
Columbia Sportswear to fly its newest insulating jacket fabric. Sculptor Jeff Poon for 100 moon figurines, and Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University for a set of cameras after sending lander. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Canucks look to stop a 3-game losing streak when they visit the Seattle Kraken. Despite the slump, Vancouver enters the game with 80 points, one more than Boston. Playing the Canadian Women's Curling Championship playoff games with a 6-5 win today in the final of the Northern Ontario Christmas College. Now joined Ontario's Rachel Hunt, Manitoba's Jennifer Brown, Alberta's Serena Sanders, and defending champion Terry Einerson in tomorrow's round of 6 at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Taylor.
Duramax made it inside. Needs a transmission, he figures, so fun. Might have been stuck in third gear or something when he was driving across the yard, so it was tough to get going. And then once the guy was going, you don't stop when it starts in third gear, so yeah. Well, it's Friday, February 26th. We're just 8 o'clock in the morning here. Got going at a good time today. So, yeah, I guess I only got a couple days left on the ranch today and tomorrow, and then I'm back to Alberta on Sunday. So, we got the other tractor hooked up to the grain grinder here, and got the other one pulled apart. That broken hydraulic line. So, yep, this got her just dialed in. It's feeding in at the perfect speed. We're not overfilling it, because if you overfill it, it don't grind as good, obviously. And yeah, I'm just standing up here, got a good vantage point. I can see everything flowing as it should. Got my earmuffs on, as you see, because it's pretty loud. You know, it don't make it silent, but at least it helps a little bit. So, yeah, I can see the bin there going down. So once it gets a little lower, I'll have to take this ladder and climb in and do some shoveling. And of course, once I get into the bin, this will all come to a grinding halt, I'm sure. We even look, we can see the gauges in the tractor. Hydraulic lights on. I think the filter might need changed, but yeah, at least the temp gauge is still down there, so that's good. Yeah, working good. We'll empty this bin, fill that gravity wagon, and then we'll take that. We'll be able to get unhooked, and we'll spin the yellow auger around, and then unload the gravity wagon into this red bin, because this is the one that we're putting our chop grain in. And then every day we just pull up with 3 5-gallon pails and yeah, fill into those. So it works pretty good. Yeah, this is the hammer mill that I got from Brendan and Kathy. They gave it to us last year. For a free piece of farm equipment, it's working pretty good. So, yeah, it's a good upgrade from the one in the shed there. So yeah, be sure to go check out their YouTube account for some ranch videos. They're not too far away from here, about an hour and a half drive to the east. Yeah, pretty handy. Anyways, I'll update you guys back here in a bit. Once this is done, I'll go feed some more bales with the processor. Fed out 5 yesterday. I'll have to see how much of that they ate, if I can do 4 today, or if they'll need the 5 again. And then maybe if I get a chance, well, you see I got a few bags of bottles there loaded up in the truck, and maybe I'll make my way to the city this afternoon, take bottles, and got a few errands to run and whatever. Yep, be handy. This wagon is gonna be nasty to empty out. Oh man, that's some fluffy stuff. Okay, it's 11 in the morning. We are finished grinding grain. That second bin there, filled it right to the top. I was unloading, and I was actually just thinking I should maybe come check and see how it's doing. Then the auger started making funny noises, and then the auger quit. So I had it like, you know, plumb full. So then you gotta raise it up, and the electric start don't work on that thing. So you gotta pull start it, and you gotta put the belts on, and you know, that whole ordeal. Okay, good, there's no heat. I just want a fan because I'm hot. So then I put the rest in 5-gallon pails, filled about probably 20 or so of them, because I didn't really want to put it back in this one because it's tough to get the grain out of there. And yeah, that's that, I guess. So anyways, we'll go park this gravity wagon back in the machinery row for another year, or however long, until we find a use for it. And then we gotta switch the PTO back to 1000 and go hook up to the bale processor. So yeah. Thought she was gonna really fly. Okay, bale pro time. Spin it. Boom, bottle bang. So yep, I'm grinding up these old hay bales from last year. They're frozen, and you know, sometimes they kept decent. It looks like hay to me. You want to talk about feeding with the bale processor? So One of my beefs with it that I never really realized until this year when a guy puts a bit of thought into it is that you spend all summer making good hay and trying to get the leaves, you know, to stay on, and then you put it in the bale processor, and what do you do with your leaves and little things? Leaves? I mean, it's dry, so that's like why it will fly off, part of the reason. But you just you blow your leaves off onto the ground, from what I see of it, and they're cleaning up decent. That's actually not bad cleanup. Down at the farther end, it's not as good. But I don't know. Gotta use up these old hay, and they'll get more usage out of processing it and doing it this way rather than putting the old stuff in a feeder. Sometimes cows just like to be picky and weird like that, but yeah, makes chores easy for me because I don't have to cut twines and don't have to, like, when you do those 19 feeders by yourself, if you're doing just bales, it's about 2.5 hours, 3, depending how froze the twines are. But if you're moving the feeders, you're 4 hours, which is, that's a big task. It's by the end, it's like, holy crap. But then you don't have to do anything for 3 days, so, you know. Yeah. So, I guess that is probably going to be about it for this video. I think this will be the last one. I'm going back Sunday. So yeah, tomorrow my old buddies, the Agros, are doing their, well, they're doing it yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Their bed push from Saskatoon to Regina to raise money for Telemiracle. So I've been convinced to come to that, so I'll make an appearance there for a couple hours. And then yeah, tomorrow maybe if I get a chance, I'll do a bit of fencing and whatever other last things I want to do before I head out of here on Sunday. Yeah, kind of not like, you love the ranch life, and you know, like school's great, I learned a lot there, but like, man, this is fun just hanging out and doing stuff. But so I don't know, there's about 50 or so days left until the end of school for this year. So obviously, you know, there'd be like 40 school days or whatever out of that. I don't know the exact count because my paper is not here. But yeah, definitely by the time you see this, it'll probably be getting close to 50. So yeah, and then I'll be back at the end of March for Easter time. So you might not hear from me for a while after this video. But yeah, gonna take that farm display to Lloydminster Farm Toy Show, and so that'll be in March. I believe it's the 8th and 9th. So if you're in the area, come and stop by the farm toy show there. So yeah, I'll miss the ranch life, but had a productive week, got a lot of things done, you know. Yeah, I was happy I finally got that grain grinding setup dialed in, and I know how it's supposed to work, how it should work, how it works best, things to look for, whatever. What else did I do this week? I don't know, drove around. Some days that's all it seems like. I don't know, fix some stuff, tinker around. The quad post rack, I sent that with my brother because he was gonna MIG weld it perhaps. Then I don't have to arc weld it, because you can, if you know what you're doing, you can make good welds with a MIG. I don't know what I'm doing with a MIG welder. I haven't touched one since high school. And all we have here at the farm is the arc welder, and it seems to serve us good. One day we may upgrade and purchase a MIG welder, but I'm going off on a tangent, as I always do. So yeah, I'll give a few more bales to these cows, probably 4 more for a total of 6. You know, don't really want them to go hungry and go pushing fences. So yeah, thanks for tuning in and supporting the YouTube channel. Really enjoy making these when I get a chance. I know it isn't what it, you know, used to be. In high school, I'd do 3 a week. I mean, I've done 3 this week that I've been home. So, but I'll spread them out as to when I post them and get a chance to edit them. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And we'll talk to you later.